What's happening, Sales Ascender? Sean here, back at you for another high-ticket tune-up. I hope you're doing well. This one's going to be a banger. We're going to go really fast. Have you ever been in a place where you're doing some prospecting work and all of a sudden you're like, man, I feel like I'm wasting time with this person because they never take action? Well, if that's ever happened to you, today I'm going to expose the 3 things that you need to be aware of in order to combat this one particular issue. Stay tuned. What's happening, Sales Ascender? Sean here, back at you with another high-ticket tune-up. Hope you're having a great day. It's the middle of the week. It's Wednesday. Things are going really fast for us, for you, hopefully too. So today we got an awesome question from Brian H. He asked this. He says, Sean, I keep wasting time and getting upset with prospects that don't take action and invest. Yes, I have a lot of thought on this, and I'll share it with you. So very simply, Brian, one of the things that we have to remember is you can't lose something that you don't have, right? You can't lose something that you don't have. In fact, you can't lose something that you don't have, right? And so when a prospect is giving you the runaround and you're spending all your time, energy, and effort to get them to go forward and take the step to move forward and invest with you, you don't have the deal until the deal's in your bank account, right? The only thing that we can really truly look at in hard-wise numbers is revenue. So we gotta remember this. Like, hey, if somebody is taking my time and not taking action, like, you know what the flow feels like when somebody says yes, right? And you know what the flow feels like when people are putting you off. Yeah, you're a human being, you have instincts. And the longer that you start to get in the sales game, the more you're gonna get better and sharper and fine-tuned at this particular skill. So the things that we need to remember, there's 3 things here. And again, this is when you're speaking with prospects and you're doing everything in your power, yet they're not giving you the signals, they're not moving forward, but they're still stringing you along. I hate that place. It's not a place to be. And the first thing we need to do is identify where the action that you're taking is coming from. Like, you personally, as a sales professional, typically over the thousands of people that I've actually worked with and coached, I found that there's 3 major fears that cause this activity. And so if you can identify very quickly where the action is coming from inside of you, this is going to be an easy one to solve. So number 1, the first fear is it a fear that no new opportunity is going to come along? So you're working with prospect A and you've spent all your time, you've done an amazing presentation, you've gotten to the place where they're like ready to move forward, and all of a sudden, you know they're not going to buy, they know they're not going to buy, yet you continue to beat it up and try to get somebody to get over the line. And now you've gone in from sales world into convince mode. Nobody likes to be in convince mode. Don't do it. And so is it the fear that no new opportunity will come along? A lot of times some people have this fear of like, oh my God, like if I let go of this one, there's not going to be another opportunity that comes along. Well, guess what? The opportunity that you're speaking with and wasting time with came along. There's going to be another one. Time is always on your side when it comes to this. So if this is a fear, it's a little bit irrational. But again, the idea is to identify the action where it's coming from in you. Number 2, is it a fear that someone else will close her, the prospect, on their product or service, right? You've invested all these hours of time. Like yesterday, I actually had a phone call, a second call with a guy. I spent more than 2.5 hours with this guy. And halfway through the second call, I realized he wasn't going to buy. What did I do? I fell into this trap. I kept doing the presentation instead of saying, hold on a second, like there's some mismatch here. Is everything okay? And I could have given him the chance to say, hey, actually, it's not really a fit. Or I would have identified that. Then I would have stopped the call and quit and moved on. Yet I was fearful that someone else was going to sell this guy a different product or service that could actually suit his need, even though I know that my solution was the right choice. And so this one stopped me yesterday, right? It still happens to everybody. And so I think it's fair that everybody just understands that. So is it a fear that someone else will close on that prospect on their product or service instead of yours? So if that's where the fear is coming from, remember, the world is a very abundant place, and the more abundant mindset that you have, the more opportunity is going to flow in your direction. Lastly, is it the fear that you'll need to replace her with a new prospect? A lot of people are fearful of prospecting, and here's what I'll share. You've done it once, you can do it again, right? Very simple. You've done it once, you can do it again. If you've had a conversation and you've gone down the path and you found a prospect and you did all the work and you ended up not getting to the end result where they invest with you, well, guess what? It's not the right fit for one reason or another, but you got that person all the way to the end. And so if you've done it once, you can absolutely do it again. And that, my friends, is the high ticket tune up for today. I hope this has been valuable. Again, Brian H., this should answer your question. You keep wasting time getting upset with prospects that don't take action and invest. Yes. Figure out is if this prospect's really going to buy or not. And if you already know you're wasting time with them, just close the file. Say, hey, listen, I don't think it's a good fit from my side. I'm just going to close the file on my end and leave the ball in your court. If you're really ready to move forward, let me know and we'll re-engage. With that said, I hope this has been helpful. I love your face and I look forward to seeing you next time.